Have you ever wondered what goes into making the world's most famous soda? That iconic red can, that fizzy, sweet taste, it's recognized everywhere. Coca-Cola is more than just a drink. It's a global phenomenon, but how exactly does it go from a secret formula to the refreshing beverage we all know? Today, we're going on an exclusive journey inside a state-of-the-art Coca-Cola bottling plant to uncover the secrets behind its production. We'll follow the entire process, from the creation of the syrup to the moment a freshly filled bottle is ready to be shipped. It's a story of precision, speed, and incredible technology. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's pull back the curtain on how Coca-Cola is made. The journey of every Coca-Cola begins not with bubbles or bottles, but with water. And not just any water. The water used in Coke goes through an incredibly rigorous purification process. First, it's pulled from a local source and pumped into the factory's treatment facility. Here, it undergoes multi-stage filtration. This isn't your average filter pitcher at home. We're talking about industrial-scale sand and activated carbon filters that remove even the tiniest impurities, particles, and organic compounds. The goal is to create a perfectly neutral, pure base. This ensures that every Coke, whether you drink it in Tokyo or Toronto, has the same crisp, clean foundation. After filtration, the water is often softened to get the mineral content just right. This consistency is key to unlocking the classic Coca-Cola taste. Once the water is pristine, it's time for the magic ingredient, the concentrate. This is where the legendary secret recipe comes into play. The famous formula, known as Merchandise 7X, is one of the most closely guarded trade secrets in the world. The full recipe is reportedly locked in a vault in Atlanta. The actual concentrate is produced in only a few central locations globally and then shipped to bottling plants like this one. It arrives in highly secured, sealed containers inside the factory in a restricted area called the syrup room. Trained technicians carefully mix this precious concentrate with precise amounts of purified water and sweeteners. For classic Coke, that sweetener is typically high fructose corn syrup in the US, or sugar in many other parts of the world. This mixing happens in massive stainless steel tanks that can hold thousands of gallons. Everything is computer controlled to ensure absolute accuracy. The temperature, the mixing speed, the exact ratios, every variable is monitored in real time. This isn't like baking a cake where you can add a little extra flour. The slightest deviation could alter the taste, so the process is perfected to a science. The result of this step is a dark, sweet, non-carbonated liquid known as simple syrup. This syrup is the heart and soul of the drink, containing all the flavor that makes Coca-Cola, well, Coca-Cola. Before moving on, a sample is taken to the quality control lab for testing to make sure it meets the company's strict global standards for taste, color, and consistency. Now we have the flavor, but something crucial is missing: the fizz. The next step is carbonation. The simple syrup is chilled to just above freezing, a critical step because cold water absorbs and holds carbon dioxide much more effectively. The chilled syrup is then pumped into a device called a carbonator. Here it's combined with more purified water and injected with pressurized carbon dioxide gas. The intense pressure forces the CO2 to dissolve into the liquid, creating millions of tiny bubbles. This process is carefully calibrated to achieve that signature bite and effervescence that tingles on your tongue. The amount of carbonation is another closely guarded parameter. Too little and the drink is flat. Too much and it's overly harsh. The perfectly carbonated, finished beverage is now officially Coca-Cola, ready to be bottled, while the drink is being prepared. An entirely different but equally impressive process is happening on another part of the factory floor: the creation of the bottles. Most Coca-Cola plastic bottles start their life not as smottles, but as small, test tube-shaped plastic forms called preforms. These are made of PET plastic and are shipped to the bottling plant. Inside the factory, these preforms are fed into a giant rotating machine called a stretch blow molder. It looks like a futuristic carousel. Here, the preforms are heated to a specific temperature to make the plastic soft and pliable. Then, they are placed into bottle-shaped molds. High-pressure air is blasted into each preform, inflating it like a balloon and stretching it to fit the exact shape of the mold, complete with the iconic contour design. This all happens in a fraction of a second. The machine can produce tens of thousands of bottles per hour. Once molded, the hot, newly formed bottles are quickly cooled to harden the plastic, making them strong enough to withstand the pressure of the carbonated liquid inside. They then travel along a high-speed conveyor belt, what's known as an airveyor, which uses jets of air to float the empty bottles along the line. This is faster, cleaner, and gentler than a traditional mechanical conveyor. The bottles are then rinsed with purified air or water to ensure they are perfectly clean and sterile before they reach the filling station. For glass bottles and aluminum cans, the process is similar. They arrive pre-made at the factory and go through an intense cleaning and sterilization process before they re-ready to be filled. It's a symphony of automation, ensuring every single container is pristine. Now for the main event: filling. The empty, clean containers, whether plastic, glass, or aluminum, move at incredible speed into the filler machine. This is the heart of the production line. The filler is a massive rotating carousel with hundreds of filling valves. Each container is precisely positioned under a valve. The machine creates a pressurized seal, and the ice-cold Coca-Cola is dispensed into the container. The filling is done under pressure to prevent the carbonation from escaping, which would cause the liquid to foam up and overflow. The level of liquid in each bottle is measured with extreme precision, often using electronic sensors to ensure every single product has the exact same amount. This entire filling process is lightning fast. A modern filler can handle over 1,000 bottles or cans per minute. Immediately after filling, the containers are sealed. 4 bottles, a capper machine instantly applies and tightens the cap, trapping the fizz inside. 4 cans, a seamer machine precisely folds the aluminum lid onto the can, creating an airtight seal. This capping and seaming process is just as fast as the filling. A blur of motion that ensures the product's freshness and carbonation are perfectly preserved. If there's any delay between filling and capping, the carbonation could be lost, so the 2 stations are synchronized perfectly. Once sealed, the bottles or cans might get a quick jet of warm water sprayed on them. This helps prevent condensation from forming on the outside, which could interfere with the next step, labeling. With the Coca-Cola now safely sealed inside, it's time to give the package its identity. The bottles or cans travel down the conveyor to the labeling machine. 4 bottles, a roll of labels is fed into the machine, which applies a thin layer of hot glue and wraps a label around each bottle with perfect alignment, all while the bottle is spinning at high speed. 4 cans. The branding is usually pre-printed on the aluminum sheets before they are even formed into a can shape. After labeling, many products have codes printed directly onto them using an inkjet or laser printer. This isn't just a random string of numbers. This code contains vital information: the date of production, the time, the factory location, and even the specific production line. This is crucial for quality control and traceability. If a problem is ever detected, the company can quickly identify and recall a specific batch. We're almost at the finish line. The final major step before these drinks head out the door is packaging. The individual bottles and cans are grouped together by another set of amazing machines. Robotic arms and automated guides arrange them into packs of 6, 12, or 24. These groups are then either wrapped in plastic shrink film or placed into cardboard boxes. The shrink-wrapped packs pass through a heat tunnel, which causes the film to tighten securely around the products. The cardboard boxes are automatically assembled, filled, and sealed. These finished packs are then stacked neatly onto pallets by a large robotic palletizer. This robot can stack cases in a specific interlocking pattern to ensure the pallet is stable and safe for transport. Each finished pallet is then wrapped in plastic stretch film for extra security. Throughout this entire high-speed journey, quality control is constant. It's not just a single check at the end. Automated sensors line the conveyor belts, checking for everything. There are machines that check if the fill level is correct, if the cap is on tight, if the label is straight, and even if there are any microscopic leaks. If a bottle or can fails any of these inspections, a puff of air or a mechanical arm instantly pushes it off the line for rejection. In addition to the automated checks, human quality assurance technicians are constantly pulling random samples from the line. They take them to the on-site lab to test the taste, carbonation level, sugar content, and acidity, ensuring everything matches the global Coca-Cola standard. This relentless focus on quality is how the company guarantees that the Coke you drink today tastes just as good as the one you'll have next year. From a simple mixture of purified water and secret syrup to a globally recognized beverage, the creation of Coca-Cola is a masterpiece of modern manufacturing. It's a dance of chemistry, engineering, and logistics, all happening at a mind-boggling speed. The next time you twist open a cap or pop a tab and hear that satisfying fizz, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that drink has taken to get to you. It's a process refined over a century, now perfected with technology that ensures every sip is just right. Thanks for joining us on this tour. If you enjoyed this look behind the scenes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into how the world works. See you next time.